What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. So, of course, this is your end of season review where we're going to talk about the season in a whole. We're going to talk about my feelings on the season, where Newcastle United finished. Of course, we're going to be talking about the thoughts for the season ahead as well in the video. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Talking about this season, it was a roller coaster of a season for Newcastle United, the most Newcastle United season ever, with the way the whole season played out. Literally looking at this season, it was crazy season. We started the season off without a win in 14 games. I mean, we started the season with Mike Ashley as the owner of Newcastle United. We've ended the season with PIF, the Rubens, and Amanda and Gadassi as owners. That is how crazy this season is. We started this season off with Mike Ashley, who had been here for 14 years. He's finally gone from the club. We've finally got owners who care for the club as well, which we will talk about in this video. And, we've seen the back of Steve Bruce as well, somebody who came in to replace Rafa Benitez, should have never been in to replace Rafa Benitez. Rafa should have been kept at the helm and since he came in to replace Rafa Benitez, he was absolutely dreadful. He managed to finish in a similar place to where Rafa finished, but that was purely down to, the fact that there was still that Rafa effect on the players. But we've finally seen what he could do. Well, everybody else finally seen what he could actually do at Newcastle United, which was absolutely nothing. And that was the back of Steve Bruce at the club. We then had, Graham Jones come into the interim job to take a hold of the club until, we could get somebody else in there. Which eventually ended up being Eddie Howe on the 8th of November. And since Eddie Howe has come into the club, he has done absolute wonders for Newcastle United. He's rejuvenated the team. He's took players like Joe Linton, Joe Shelby, and turned them into really good players. Talking a bit more about Joe Linton, he's took a player that was worth 40 million or supposedly 40 million in Joe Linton and literally turned him into a world-class midfielder in the ilk of, Patrick Vieira. And that, for me, is just absolute proof that Eddie Howe knows what he's doing. He's took this club to a completely different level. We'll look a more attacking team now. We're a team that goes into matches against the likes of your Manchester City, Liverpool, Spurs, and actually gives it a go against them teams. And that in itself proves, how far we've come as a club in this season. It's been a crazy turnaround. The first half of the season wasn't amazing. The second half of the season was absolutely fantastic. If we can do that for the entirety of next season, then I will be absolutely happy. Obviously, we want to be finishing higher up in the league next season. It's the 130th anniversary of Newcastle United next season as well. So it's a massive, important point of our history. And to have new owners to be able to celebrate that point is absolutely critical, because if we had continued under the Mike Ashley sweatshop model, and we had continued with the oaf that was Steve Bruce at Newcastle United, we would have been down this season. We would have been going down with the likes of Burnley, Watford or Norwich. That would have been us. We could have been down there, and thank God we weren't. Thank God we got that takeover on the 7th of October, and thank God Newcastle United can now look, and us Newcastle fans can now look to a much brighter future for our club as well. As a fan and as a supporter that, has grew up supporting Newcastle United, and I've been supporting Newcastle United all my life. My dad's 65. He's been supporting Newcastle United all of his life. You know, I'm 32 and I've been supporting Newcastle United all my life. It's time that us Newcastle United fans on the older side of the fan base, you know, deserve to have some success, deserve to be able to, you know, enjoy supporting Newcastle United, because these past 14 years were absolute heartache to watch your team's soul literally being ripped out. But now we've got owners who care for it. We've got owners who care for the area, you know, and we're going places. In next season, you know, will prove, you know, how much we've changed as a team. We've got a transfer window, you know, to be able to rebuild in. This summer transfer window is going to be absolutely vital for us Newcastle United fans, going into our 130th anniversary season as a club. And I can't wait to see who we're saying. There's talk of, you know, loads of different players. Obviously, we're the world's richest sports franchise out there. So obviously, you know, there's going to be every player under the sun going to be linked to Newcastle United. You know, every agent is going to have Newcastle United on their lips, and they're going to want their clients, their players playing for Newcastle United, because that is where the money is. It's the same as when Manchester City got taken over. You know, that was what it was then, and now there's a new money team in town. It's Newcastle United, and you know, we're going to be competing for them titles. We're going to be doing what Manchester City's done in the past 5 seasons, winning 4 out of 5 Premier League titles. It will come. It will take time, but it is going to come. And that in itself, knowing that, is absolutely amazing. You know, knowing that we're finally going to have a team that tries out there. We're finally going to have a team, you know, that can compete instead of being held back and being held down. Like we have been for these past 14 years. And to be honest, you know, looking at this new season coming up, looking at these owners, you know, this is something Newcastle United have never ever had, no clubs ever had, you know. Even when we had Shepherd and Hall owning Newcastle, you know, we were never able to get to this level. This is another level, a level even beyond Manchester City, if it's done right. And I believe it will be done right. I mean, look at the way Eddie Howe has improved this team, the way he's galvanized the team, taking us forward. You know, it's an absolutely crazy situation, and we are going to be going places, definitely. You know, all I say to everybody out there who, you know, wants to hate on Newcastle United, wants to jump up their comments about human rights, and they want to jump up their comments about sports washing. You know, you didn't have a problem when Chelsea got taken over by Roman Abramovich and his money. You know, you didn't have a problem when Man City got taken over, and you shouldn't have a problem with Newcastle being taken over with the money. You know, if you were all right with the other two, then you should be all right with Newcastle as well. But we are going places. It's been a crazy season. I'm glad it's over. You know, and we can rebuild in the summer, come back stronger, and hopefully next season we will have a better run in the Cups, a better run in the league. And talking about the Cups as well this season, it was absolutely heartache watching Newcastle go out in the 3rd round of the FA Cup, watching we have to go out to, you know, a team from League One like Cambridge United was absolutely horrible. Having to watch where, you know, lose to Burnley in the Cup as well was absolutely horrible. And, you know, it's going to be a different season next season, for sure. Just keep an eye out, watch this space, because Newcastle United are going places. I'm saying it now, we are going to be going places. And in the next few years, I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle United won the Premier League. I'm putting it out there. I would not be surprised if Newcastle United won the Premier League or an FA Cup or League Cup within the next few years. Until next time, I'd like to say a massive thank you for everybody for the support that has been shown to the channel over the season, and it's been a massive push this season as well. We hit that 1k subscriber milestone, so that's absolutely amazing to have been able to do that after 5 years on the platform. Of course, with us celebrating the 5th anniversary on the 12th of May this year. That was absolutely amazing. And of course, there's going to be so much more content going forward on the channel with everything going on at Newcastle United. I will strive to get as much information out there, give you my thoughts on the information that is out there as well, and you know, cover as much of the transfer market as possible. And you know, just a massive thank you for the support shown to the channel, because it's absolutely crazy to think, you know, 5 years doing this and I'm finally at that 1k subscriber, and you know, we can go even further. We can go even further from here. But it's going to be crazy. It's going to be an absolutely amazing season, hopefully next season on the 130th anniversary of Newcastle United. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below about this video. You know, your thoughts on the season as well down in the comments below. As I do read them, I do reply back to the comments as well. And, you know, just a massive thank you to everybody at Newcastle United for how this season has played out in the second half at the very least, because the first half wasn't the greatest, let's face it, but the second half of the season was absolutely magical, and if we can do, you know, even better than that next season, then that is going to be absolutely crazy. But massive thank you to everybody in Newcastle United for the hard work, the dedication, the determination as well that they've shown, you know, in this season to turn things around when it really looked very bleak and looked like we could be going down to the Championship. But that all changed once, you know, Super Eddie came in the door and he did his job, and that was what he was brought in for. You know, he was brought in to galvanise the team and take it to another level, and he did that. So respect to Eddie Howe, you know, for that. Respect to the owners as well for holding out for them 18 months to get exactly what they wanted, Newcastle United. And together, you know, we can go places. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time. However, lads.